What's up, guys? Welcome to Game 4 in my tournament series. With me, as always, is my friend
Dave,
Dave.
this is gonna be an oral report.
This is gonna be an oral report. So, sorry to disappoint you guys, but the picture you see here is the only picture.
Enjoy it, savor it.
Okay, just some backstory to why this has come to be. This is day 2 of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So, after day 1,
Yeah, tell him.
I have an alcohol problem, guys. So I knew I had to go up early, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have a couple of beers, just like 2-3 beers, and go to bed, just meet some friends.
Didn't pan out like that, did it?
I had a couple of beers, a couple of times.
A couple of times. Just a quick backstory. Quickie.
Quick
You-
backstory.
You do this every single tournament we've ever been through.
Okay.
Two.
He makes it sounds like I've done this like 50 times. We've been to 2 tournaments.
Oh, no. Every minor tournament too.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, mine. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
So every time.
Okay.
So-
So yeah, I got too drunk. So I still like. I think I went like when the clock hits 2 o'clock. I was like, okay, fuck. I need to go home. So I went home, went to bed, overslept
Of course.
a little bit, not too much, but
Not too much.
so when I woke up, I called my friend who was there, and he made it so I could speak with the tournament organizers. So they said, okay, just hurry here. If the games start and you're not here, we're gonna start it for you. One of the judges is gonna start it for you, and you can take over when you come. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hurry. So I only come like 30 minutes late. So when I get there, basically they have gone through each other's like he has gone through my list, and they started deploying. He has dropped like my chef, like he had dropped like 3 drops, and the Ogre Khan guy had dropped like 3 drops. So then I took over. The judge also shows my spells, so I didn't get to choose spells. But when I got there, I just like read the scenario really quick, read his army list really quick, dropped everything. So since I was late, I was trying to be. I didn't want to add like extra time taking pictures. I just wanted to make up for being late, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to get through this really quick. Took one picture, said that's, and just skipped it. So we're gonna go through this orally. David wasn't here for this battle report. It's his first time hearing about it, so he's gonna come in with comments on what he thinks. The Ogre Khan's army list is gonna be in the description, but basically what he has a big unit of bruisers. It's 12 of them, with 4 characters in there. It's his Great Khan, who's kitted out pretty killy. What he has that's dangerous is Khadgar Small, and then he has what was it? Yeah, no, I think the other characters. He has 2 mages. Both of them are on lore of Wilderness, and he has a BSB in there. Then he has a unit of 8 mercenary veterans. He hadn't specified it on his army list like he should, what the upgrades were, but he said it was poison and ballistic skill, +1 ballistic skill. And he had 2 units of scraplings, 6 bombardiers, and a unit of 3 Tusker Cav. So this is after my movements. What I was thinking was, I was a little bit scared of the Ogre Khan block, and the big block. Basically, I was like, okay, my princess might be able to hold them up, but I'm not sure because they are strength 6, so they're still wounding on 2 plus. But so I wasn't sure, but then I did the math in my head later, so then I better got a bit more confident. But my idea here was basically I'm gonna hang back. I just moved up a bit to cast spells and shoot. So the Lodden Seaguards are just in range to shoot at the veterans, and my 2 units of Grey Watchers can also shoot at the veterans. My units of Shaft are behind the hill. They are there just to make sure to slow down the Tusker Cav, who's gonna try to go around the piece of impossible terrain to the right. And I also have my 2 princes there, so if they move up, I have 2 units of Shaft, so I can move a prince over there and use my Shaft to make sure I get the charge. And as long as I get the charge, I destroy them. They have like 3 up armor save. I think I wound on like a 2 up or a 3 up. He gets like 6 armor save, and then I do multiple wounds. So as long as I get the charge, they are done. So I feel good about my deployment here. My silver helms are just hanging back at the moment. I was thinking I'm gonna use them later. The objective here was really funky. It was like each turn, like each of my turn, his closest unit is marked by the skull pillar. If I manage to kill it or make it so that it flees, no, if I kill the marked unit, I get 1 battle point. Then the first unit you kill or panic in shooting, you get 1 battle point. The first unit you kill or break in close combat, you get 1 battle point. And at the end of the game, it's the most scoring unit within 6 of the skull pillar get the rest of the battle points. So I sort of like this. I try to get basically. Okay, I'm not gonna go exactly turn by turn here since we don't have any pictures. I'm just gonna make it like overall.
I showed it that before.
Yeah. So basically every turn I try to force through an Arcanum Forging on the general, because I want to destroy his Khadgar Maul or his Holy Icon, just to make sure that then I'm much more comfortable charging in my princes there. I use my shooting to shoot at the mercenary veterans. Other than that, as he advances, I'm gonna back up, because I don't need to force it. He's not gonna kill too much with his shooting, apart from my Lodden Seaguards if he chooses. But I will outshoot him if I need to. I can just hide behind the hill and stuff. So he advances a little bit. He keeps his mercenary veterans in the forests for cover, and he advances very carefully. So the Tusker cavalry move up with the unit of scraplings, and I send out a unit of chaff. My shooting doesn't do well. I take like a couple of wounds a turn on the mercenary veterans, but not enough.
It's really hard to kill ogres.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still poison, and he has a low armor save. He has a 5-up armor save. But yeah, I don't.
It's not impossible, but you don't do enough wounds to really make a difference.
Yeah. So he advances up, and he also he focuses his shooting on my Lodden Seaguards with his like bombardiers, and his mercenary veterans are switching around each turn. Like one turn he shoots at the Lodden Seaguards, one turn on the Grey Watchers. He actually manages to panic off a unit of Grey Watchers, so he gets a battle point there, and I rally and come back and can shoot later. As he advances, my shooting manages. It don't do a lot at all. But I managed to clear out his chaff. You can't see it here, but he had 2 units of dogs too that I killed. So the situation with the Tusker was I managed to keep them busy all game, basically by his grappling charged my unit of Reavers, who stand and shot, and then I held in combat because he hit on 4, wound on 4. I have 5 of armor save. He has 10 attacks. He did like 1 wound, I don't know, not a lot, and I killed some of him, and I managed to stick because my general was in range. After that, I buffed them. Basically every turn I hoped for turns with low magic dices, like I get 4 or 5 and he has 3 or 4, just so I can force through Arcanum Forging. But every turn, I kept getting like 8, 9, 10 dices, and like I had like 8 or 9 or 7, 8, 9, and he had like 6 or 7.
Ah.
So he stopped my Arcanum Forgings, and I got 1 crap spell through. So I buffed my Reavers a bit, and they managed to break his grappling unit in front of his Tuskers, so that slowed them down. Like they were in the way, and
Okay.
it fucked up for his Tuskers. So I managed to slow them down quite a bit. It ended up with him moving up aggressively with his other units of Scrappling, so they were in front of my General Prince and my Lord and Sea Guards, and my White Lions. Like they were 3 inches shy of me, and his Great Khan block was maybe 8 inches behind them or something like that. So basically, first I thought I was gonna charge them and clear them out, and just after that gang up on his block. But then I was really scared. That could have been a mistake, because he could have fled. I don't know if it could have been a plan of his to flee with them. I would have caught them, but then the unit that charged would have been right in front of his Great Khan unit. It would have been a really bad trade-off. So even though they were right in front of me, instead I switched all my shooting to shoot down the Scraplings and didn't charge them.
Okay.
So just to clear them out of the way so they couldn't shaft me. But I didn't send anything out, and I sent out one of my mages in front of his Great Khan block to shaft it instead.
Alright.
So I managed to clear out his Scraplings. He couldn't countercharge me in any way. He killed my mage. But by this time, my Lord and Sea Guards are it's like 10 left. And as he advanced, I have backed up, so my White Lions are a bit further away.
Alright. From the Great Khan block.
Yeah. So what I do here is basically I declare charge with both my princes and my White Lion block. I have 1 prince on the hill by this time, and 1 prince is further back with the White Lions. My Sheriffs need like a 6/6, and my White Lions need an 8.
Oh, that's a long shot.
That's a long charge, yeah. So basically, I didn't count on everyone getting. I didn't count on the White Lions getting in. But how I was thinking was, I don't need them to get in. If they get, if they get in, it's a really nice bonus, because they're gonna. Not everyone is gonna be in contact, but they're gonna add some static combat res, and I can soak up a challenge with my Sham and just keep going on the unit. But if they don't get in, I'm fine, because by this time I did the math in my head, and basically he was really difficult about this, because, and I think a lot of people get this rule mixed up, but his Great Khan block, I fail a charge with my White Lions, both my princes get in. Okay, and as you can see on the picture, they are 4 wide and 4 deep. So I charge in, and I make it so one of my prince is in contact with 2 of his ogres, and the other prince is in contact with 2 of his ogres. And he's upset because he thinks I have to have my princes touching each other, so that both of them are in contact with 3 ogres. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and you're sure you don't have to be. You don't have to maximize number of models for E.
Yeah. He wasn't having it, so we called over a judge. The judge explained it's perfectly legal. I'm fine. And actually, if I wanted to, I could have made it so that I could have been did even a more complicated move. I could have 1 prince in contact with 3 ogres, so that the other prince is only in contact with 1. I could have him just on the edge. Because the rule is I need to make sure the number of models in close combat are maximized. but I don't.
Okay.
But I don't need to make sure that they are in combat with as many models as possible.
Oh.
So I could have done that, but basically I was afraid of him. If I did that, I would have issued a challenge with the one that was in contact with 9 ogres, and if he accepted it, like almost nothing could hit. But I was afraid he was gonna refuse that one, and then one of my princes was gonna take too many attacks on him. So I made it so both of them are in contact with 2 ogres each. So and issued a challenge with one of them. So I made it so that like only it was 4 ogres could attack one prince, and the other was only a challenge.
Alright.
Then I just kept buffing them. Basically, what happened was, in the first over 2 combat phases, he did 0 wounds to me. I killed one of his mages and his BSB. Like one of my princes was locked in combat with his general. The other prince was not in combat. Directed
challenge.
Was not in a challenge, and he directed attacks. First, all of his attacks at the mage. Then the BSB had to jump forward. Then I directed all my attacks at the BSB.
Oh, okay.
So I killed them one at a turn. So he takes break tests on steadfast. He makes the first one. The second one, he fails it, and I've killed his BSB now.
Oh.
So he actually fails this test, and now he gets really upset. Like I promise you,
majorly upset.
Yeah, I promise. We must have called the judge over like 10 times this game, because every time I did something, he questioned it, and I tried to make sure like no, that's how it works. I'm 100% sure, and he was like no, that can't be, that's impossible. I said okay, let's get the judge. The judge came over. He said no, that's perfectly legal. I said thank you. It was like 5 minutes, then it was something else. And meanwhile, also he isn't managing to do any wounds to me, and he rolled a little under average, but he was like, "Oh, this is impossible," blah blah. But the thing is, he's hitting me on 5s with his ogres. They're web skill 3. He's hitting me on 5s, so even though it's
bruises are core units, right?
Yeah. So even though there are like 9 ogre attacks, the rest are from characters. Hitting on 5s, wounding on 2s, and he has to reroll those 2s. Then I get a 4 of armor save, and I get a 4 of ward, and the other one has, I put counters on them, and he wasn't gonna do too much damage. And I killed like his characters before they hit me. The other his Khan that was locked up in a challenge with me could have done some damage if he got through my 3 of ward save and my 1 up rerollable and my counters, but he didn't get through it. I think I might have gotten 1 arcade jump pouring through. He still had it Colliger small, but I think I don't know, maybe I got something through. So basically he fails the break test, and it was an okay game. It wasn't like a disaster, but it was a little bit of a bad atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So when he fails it, I'm still trying to be polite, at least common manners. And he says, I don't even care. I'm gonna say this on YouTube, man.
You're gonna put him out there.
No, he says to my face when he breaks. He actually says you totally do not deserve this win. Really sulky. So I just respond actually
I do deserve it.
No, I didn't say it like that, because he rolled a little under average, but I said even I went through the math with him, even though you didn't do any wounds, the average is. And I started going through you have 5 attacks, you hit 2.5. Out of that, you could have rolled a 1, and you have to re-roll that, so it's a bit more likely. And then I have average. You should have done 1 wound here and 2 wounds here, but I have a counter, and I won by this much, so you would still have taken the steadfast test, so it wouldn't have made any difference. I went through that with him, and he was like, no, whatever. I shouldn't have failed that leadership test. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So he breaks, he runs 10 inches, and I fail to capture him with my 2 swift strikes. So in my mind, that was unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't say that because I have manners. Okay, I'm sorry for ripping on this guy, but no, I have nothing to say, man. So this game ended 12-8 to me.
Yeah.
So now you heard the oral report. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's always army. Hits hard. Bad weapon skill though.
Yeah.
They're quite clunky at movement. Even though their movement speed 6, they pick up a lot of room. So yeah. What can you say? You won fairly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you think I was a?
No. No.
Okay. Yeah, we have nothing more to add. Over to game 5. Anyway, so far in the tournament, it's gone quite good now. Like I have 1 big loss, and I have 1 big win and 2 small wins. So I'm feeling pretty good. Like my main goal is to get better scores than I got my first tournament, and I'm good way. I think I'm already there.
You should be.
So I'm feeling good, and I've had a great time. At this point, I'm a little bit hungover, but we're having a great time. So I'm looking forward to the last game. Thanks for listening.
Keep it raw.